Right, we are back with another episode of the On The Bench podcast. I'm your host, Jay Dan. This is episode 53. End of the season, it's finished, it's over.
Thank God for that.
Where'd you lot finish? 16th?
15th. 15th, actually. I'm
sure?
I'm having every place possible.
How was it 15th?
We finished 15th. We won yesterday.
Didn't Man... Oh, you won? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of... I thought you got 16th, so it's Tottenham that finished 17th.
17th, yeah.
Okay, cool. Lucky. What do you reckon about the season, though, man? I think it was... It's hit or miss, man. It was better than last season, like football-wise, because you had the Nottingham Forest playing well, the Wolves are back, Brighton had little moments, Newcastle was good again. You had better teams again. Like last season, remember last season it was just us and City, really.
Yeah.
It was rubbish. Like this season was all right. It wasn't the best season, but it was all right.
Yeah.
What'd you take from the season?
I think, with the way that the Premier League's going at the moment, I think the gap between the three that come up, there's 2 seasons in a row now where the 3 that have come up have gone back down again.
Straight back down, innit?
So aside from them, let's say between 17th place, obviously that's where Spurs finished, and let's say, I don't know, 8th or 9th place.
Don't miss you lot out, bro. You're down there as well.
No, of course we're down there, but that's what I'm saying. Like, not that we've been good, but there's not a massive difference.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Aside from maybe, obviously, the top 5 or 6 teams, let's say.
Yeah.
There's not a massive difference between maybe 8th and 9th to about 16th, 17th. There's not a huge gulf in terms of quality,
close.
in terms of... Yeah, and I don't know how that's going to pan out next season. Obviously, it depends on transfers. It depends on, other stuff as well, like finances and everything. But, yeah, I don't know. It's been competitive. Would you not say it's been competitive, at least, this season? It has.
Yeah, it was better. Like I said, because you had the lower level teams as such, no disrespect to anybody, that played a lot better. But then you lot was off the pace.
Yeah.
Tottenham was.
So
then those are the kind of the teams that might have given Liverpool a problem or ourselves a problem. Maybe you understand what I'm saying to you. So hopefully next season is better. I think the teams that are coming up, Leeds, Sunderland and Burnley, I reckon they'll give some problems.
Do you think they'll stay up next? Do you think any of the 3 will stay up next season?
I hope Leeds do.
Because your uncle, innit?
No, not yet. I don't care about him. No, I'm joking. Big uncle probably be next week, actually. Yeah. I hope Leeds stay up. Yeah. And I want to see, obviously, Bellingham's brothers.
Joby. Well, he's being linked with a move away now.
Oh, bro, stay, man.
Yeah, how are you getting Sunderland promoted and then leaving? The Premier League's the best league in the world. That's where you really want to test yourself, man.
Move to where? Where's he linked to?
Well, they're talking about Frankfurt. In Germany,
he's doing the same route.
Yeah, but why would you do that? Because that's because Jude was playing for Birmingham City. No disrespect to Birmingham City, but they weren't gonna get promoted that season.
Yeah, he's gone to the Prem.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? He went to a higher. The Bundesliga is stronger than the Championship, obviously. But Joby's go to the Prem. Like, why would you leave and go to I don't know if he will, but there's strong links saying that he's gonna be going to Frankfurt.
So he's doing the same route. It looks like.
Well, let's see.
To a certain extent. Yeah. Or if you see this Joby magically, I might post on social. Stay, man. Let's see you in the Prem. Yeah. How do he plays like his brother? Pause.
You can see this. You can see the similarities. You can see the similarities.
Yeah, I haven't watched Sunderland play, but I reckon Leeds will stay up. I don't think it'll be 3 seasons in a row. The team just come up, will go straight back down. Yeah. I can't see that, man.
It depends. Again, it depends on who they buy, man. I mean, to be fair, Leeds have got quite a few Premier League experienced players.
Ready. They got Dan James if he stays. Who else they got in there? Who else is Premier League? I'm trying to. Do you know what? Off the top of my head now, I'm trying to think like players like Pascal Strike and all them lot as well. Burnley's defense was good as well.
Yeah, that's another one. But then obviously Scott Parker couldn't cut it in the Premier League last time around, could he? He got sacked.
Yeah, but remember he's got a system now. Obviously that might not work in the Prem, but Championship is hard, so they got a good defense. If they keep their team and add to that as well, attacking wise, you never know, man. They could be a hard place to go to next season.
Leeds have got Pascal Strike, Junior Firpo, Willie Nonto, Dan James, obviously. Yeah. Obviously Melier. I don't know if he'll be first choice next season. They've got a few players, but of course they're gonna buy players. Leeds are a big club. Yeah. They're gonna buy players, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on next season.
Cool. All right, moving on from that, we're gonna jump into. I don't want to talk about this.
Europa League.
Yeah, I can't believe Tottenham won a trophy. I've been at work, so hear this, I got to work. Full of Tottenham fans. When I mean full, it's like, I don't know, I think the manager's like, got shares in Tottenham or something. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I've walked into work. I haven't seen this guy in about 3 weeks. Yeah. The First person I see in the office when we sign in, it's a Tottenham fan. He said, "Oh, George, where you been,
Yeah,
bro?"
they must have battered
I just
you
walked
in
straight
there.
out the office. I was like, he's chasing me with his phone. He's like, "George, where you been? How you feeling, man?" He's like, "I was over the moon, man."
Yeah.
I steady shedded tears. They went. I think Tottenham had they had a screening at the stadium, innit, where it was
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
full of.
Well,
full
Matt
of-
was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, I heard.
Shout out Matt, man.
I heard OnlyFans was filming content there. It's full
Yeah.
of. No, I'm taking the piss. Sorry, I can't help
Honestly.
it. I can't help it. But yeah, no, he said it was brilliant atmosphere, and yeah, they're loving it, man. And I can't believe you lot played terrible, bro.
Yeah, we did.
We have to talk about this because
Yeah. No,
we went to the semi-finals,
The second leg, yeah.
and they look good, bro.
Yeah.
They look really
know
good.
what
Bruno
happens.
was up for it. Ahmad was playing good, and in the final, Bruno was missing.
He did.
And
He-
that
he
is
had a poor
not
game.
Bruno,
No.
man. He
It's not
never
like
goes
him.
missing. Yeah,
it's not
so
like him.
what do you think it was?
Well, I thought the team selection was a bit questionable. I thought, for me, starting Ahmad. Look, by the way, everything is hindsight. Everything that we're going to talk about is hindsight now, so it's easy for us to say. But even initially, when the team got announced, I was a bit unsure. But starting Ahmad as the 10 rather than the right wing back, for me, wasn't a great decision because Ahmad is better facing the play rather than when he's back to play. So if he picks up the ball from deep and he starts running it, I mean, every time he ran at Udogie, you see how many problems he gave him. So you carry that momentum into the area against Van de Ven or against Romero or whatever, you'll give them a lot of problems. But when he was at 10, it's easier to mark him out the game. Especially when you're playing against athletic defenders, because they'll get up against him quickly.
Yeah.
So that almost nullified Ahmad, although he was, he still played pretty well. Bruno, man, like you know how much I love Bruno, how much I rate him. The one game, and I'm not blaming Bruno, by the way. I'm not blaming him because it would be nice if someone else could actually go and be a match winner and have a good game. You know what I mean?
But do you know what it is? I think you lot have got this. He is that guy that's been carrying.
We look to him, yeah.
So you think in the final, you're thinking if somebody's gonna do something today,
it's gonna be him.
And he was missing.
He
What do you
had a
think
poor
about the
game.
left side though, and Garnacho not starting? Because when he came on, he was causing problems.
Yeah, but
he did
I
cause
think-
a little bit of problems.
Well, that's another thing. I mean, Mason Mount, obviously, in the semi-final second leg, you see what he did against Bilbao.
But that's off the bench. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's better to.
But then you could argue the same about Garnacho, you know what I mean, coming off the bench. But my issue with that wasn't necessarily that he started Mount. It was close between him and Garnacho, especially when you look at the chance that Garnacho missed against Bilbao as well. My issue was waiting so long to make the subs.
Make the subs,
He
innit?
took,
Yeah.
I think 19 or 20 minutes left before he made the sub. I mean, at the very, very least, if you're not going to sub him on at half time, give him half an hour. At the very, very
at the
least.
least,
You know? Look at the first 5 or 10 minutes, see how the game's going in and just bring him straight on. Don't mess about. He waited too long to make subs, which was really, really frustrating because, like you said, spot on as well. He came on and he
caused problems.
we was causing them all sorts of problems for Pedro Porro especially.
And I heard the commentators were saying as well, they need pace.
Yeah.
Bring on Garnacho. Then
Yeah.
they brought him on
Yeah.
and he done. So it's it's frustrating when your manager's not doing something you can see missing.
Yeah, it
and they
is,
wait
it
so
is.
long to do it and
Yeah,
then
it is.
he does it does something. You're thinking if you'd done that a bit earlier,
Yeah.
we've got more time now
Yeah.
to
No, of
possibly
course.
get a
Yeah.
go on this.
Yeah, of course.
And sorry to bring Arsenal to this, but Arteta's very similar with his in-game management. And I think that's what frustrates fans the
Yeah.
most when you're watching at home and you can clearly see.
I think
that's a problem, man.
Look, Amarim I've defended a lot, but I think he got a few decisions wrong that day, and it wasn't just any game. It was the final. We needed to win that game. So if he gets heavy criticism for that, he deserves it because. As you said, the starting team was slightly questionable, but the in-game management also questionable.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say to back him is it's difficult because he's trying to bring discipline into the club, and apparently when he told Garnacho he wasn't starting, he kicked off a fuss.
I heard after. I think his brother. I saw something on
His brother
Instagram.
posted, yeah.
I think he's leaving. They're saying he's gone. He's
Yeah,
not gonna be there
Garnacho's
next
going to
season.
leave.
Yeah.
Amarim's already told him to find a new club. He'll go on the post-season tour with us. I think they're out in Malaysia now.
Yeah.
And he'll probably play a couple of games, but then it's looking like he might be going to Napoli in the summer, potentially.
Yeah, Napoli as well. Yeah.
Potentially Napoli. I think Atletico Madrid are interested in that, so we got him from in the first place as a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
And Chelsea were interested in before. I don't know if they'll go in for him now, but
There'll be a lot of movement because we're looking for a left winger. So that could be possibly. You know how it goes. Normally, one player will go here.
yeah.
There's a lot of movement. I can't
Domino
see.
effect,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you'll kind of gauge who Arsenal might be linked to, or a Chelsea, for instance. So you might say Garnacho's going to, let's just say, AC Milan if you get Rafa Leao or somebody like that.
yeah.
Or even Nico Williams moves on. He
Yeah.
might go to
Nico
Bilbao.
Williams are talking about Real Madrid now, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're strongly linked with him now.
Because they want Rodrigo's meant to be out as well. Willing to Rodrigo, highly.
He's a baller.
Come on,
Rodrigo's quality, yeah.
Do you know what else? We're not going to do it.
Let's see. I mean, look, what I would say the difference is now that you've got that Andrea Berta, and he
brings
brought
in big names. Like
exactly,
like
he's been brought in
before,
to make the big moves happen.
All right, cool. Speaking on transfers quickly, and we're on Man United. So, Garnacho's, he's gone. What do you do now? Who did you bring?
We're getting Acuna.
Huh?
Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Mateus Cunha to Man United.
He's like
he plays from the left. Remember, it's a left 10 position. It's not a winger position anymore. It's a left 10.
Oh, with the system. Oh, yeah, because he plays wing backs, doesn't he?
So that was one of Amorim's gripes with Garnacho at the start. He wasn't grasping that you don't stay out wide all the time.
Oh,
you've got to be able to play in the inside.
Yeah, you lot play like two number 10s.
Two 10s, so right 10 and a left 10 and a right 10 and then centre forward.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so Cunha's the problem.
For that position, yeah. And he's a match winner.
Yeah.
The boy's a match winner. He gets goals, he gets assists. I was looking at some stats, and his expected, his goals, his output to his expected goals and assists is very high.
Yeah.
Whereas Garnacho was very low.
Yeah. Well, he's like, no, we're not saying that. But yeah, he doesn't finish his dinner. And I was reading in the comments on Instagram as well. A lot of the fans were like, "Thank God he's leaving." They're happy, and a lot of fans don't want him. Like I was on the Arsenal page, just like it would be taking my Arsenal. They're saying, "Nah." He doesn't finish his dinner as well. He's less. No disrespect to Martinelli, because on your day, I don't think you're a winger. I think you should play through the middle. But anyway, they say he's like Martinelli, like a 2.0 Martinelli. Like they're explosive. They can be explosive. It's just the end product. And as a winger, you need him. It doesn't matter, 21 inch.
No, I know what you're saying, but some players look. I rate Alejandro Garnacho very highly. I think he's got a very high ceiling. I actually think his ceiling is higher than Martinelli's. I think he's got a lot of self-confidence, sometimes borderline arrogance. Whether it's the right arrogance or not, I don't know. What frustrates me is, so I actually had some information earlier. So he's made, I think, 56 appearances in all competitions this season for United, which is a lot of games. He's played probably the most games in the team alongside Bruno Fernandes. In the Europa League, he had 15 appearances, he scored 1 goal and had 4 assists. It's not good enough. It's not good enough, you know. What I think what frustrates Man United fans is he's got a younger brother who's 15, 16 years old. He tweets a lot, too much, and he needs to nip it in the bud. There's a lot of strong rumours saying that it's his, as you probably know, Man United's first team that has been linked in the past a lot, has been leaked, in a lot, and a lot of it has supposedly come from his brother. Okay. So, yeah, the other thing that frustrates Man United fans is when he gets subbed on, he's not happy. When he gets taken off, he's not happy. When he doesn't start, he's not happy. Bro, like, you're 20 years old. You're playing for Man United. Like, you've made a lot of appearances. Just relax with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that's why a lot of fans are happy that he's going, because that's one thing that we need out of the club now. We need people to be on, you know what I mean, on side now, not against the manager.
Yeah. Boy, it's going to be a lot of transfers this window, should I say. What's going on with Højlund?
I'm hearing Inter Milan are interested in Højlund. There's a couple of clubs in Syria. I think Juventus might be interested as well. But the most likely option is probably going to be a loan with an option to buy, because his book value still that we owe Atalanta for him is over £40 million. He's not worth 40 million at the moment. But if he goes to Serie A, like Anthony at Betis, if he goes to Serie A and he ends up scoring 10, 15 goals next season, it takes his value up to about 40 million. Then the book value will probably be about 25 to 30 million. So whatever we sell him for will be profit.
All right, cool. So let's do an. If he went to Serie A, say, he gets going, starts scoring goals, would you possibly give him a season long loan, and when he comes back, would you give him another shot? I personally believe there's a player in there, and I believe we've seen glimpses when Ten Hag brought him on at the beginning. He wasn't finishing his chances. We do know the Premier League is hard, but he looked like a good striker.
He's got a lot of great attributes.
Yeah.
Obviously, physically, you look at the goal yesterday. Well, the sending off for Villa yesterday. It was his hard work. Got in. You know what I mean? He pace went round Martinez. Martinez obviously took him out. Red card. That changed the whole complexion of the game.
Yeah.
But look, sometimes I've said this before. Funny enough, we were doing the live on the way to Old Trafford, weren't we? A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. And
I said to you, some players just don't fit into certain clubs. Whether it's the pressure at the club, whether it's the environment, whether it's the system, it could be anything. It doesn't mean they're a bad footballer. It just means that they don't suit that particular system or club.
Yeah. That definitely plays a part.
So, like Garnacho, Look at Scott McTominay at Napoli now. He just won. Big up Scott McTominay.
Nah,
man.
but he's been
massive
cold,
respect.
though.
Yeah, but a lot of fans criticised him last season.
How?
A lot, not just United fans. Over the last 2 or 3 years, a lot of fans have said he's not a midfielder. He's not this. He's not that. But he's gone and he's a Serie A player of the year.
Yeah.
Won the league in his first season at Napoli. And when I say won the league, he was arguably the most important player.
Yeah, but he was important for you, though. I
But
said
not-
this
but
on the
not like them.
podcast.
Yeah, but not like
Who
not
said
like
he was?
them.
I think Tone said he wasn't
Yeah,
good.
but
But he doesn't watch football.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So-
But what did you want to sell him?
No, ideally I wanted to keep him, but I knew we had to sell him for PSR reasons. But this is why I can't stand PSR, because you're selling academy products just because it's pure profit. I don't know what the
Okay.
solution is. I don't know how you resolve it, but it frustrates me so much. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, that was when I saw him go.
bad
That was a
precedent.
mental because he scored a lot. He scored a lot.
Did
of
you
winners.
see his goalie on the weekend?
Yeah, the scissor kick. Yeah,
unbelievable
bro.
finish.
But he used to play up front in the academy, innit? So was
He
striker
played a
back
few
in the
games
day.
up front in the academy. Yeah.
But he was good for you, lot. This is the thing, and I couldn't believe you lot moved him on, man. So who would you sign? You don't need a left back as well. So I think Shaw's.
Well, no, we've got Dorgu, and we've signed this young South American 17-year-old Pedro Leon.
Is he gonna play it? If Dorgu gets injured, I'm saying, would you rely?
We've got
on
Harry
Shaw?
Amas as well. We've got Harry Amas coming through as well. We've got 2 or 3 options there, I think, at the moment.
But is it going to be? You don't want to be in an Arsenal situation where Dorgu gets injured, and then
Mazraoui can play there as well.
Then you're in problems.
Yeah.
Do you understand
No,
what I'm saying?
I
It's always
agree.
good to have
Yeah.
2, 3.
But we've got too many priority positions at the moment. We need forwards. We can't score goals. Look at the final. We dominated the game.
Yeah.
We can't. We had 19 shots compared to 3. I think 6 or 7 on target. They had 1.
Yeah.
If you can call it a shot on target. And who won the game? Spurs.
Yeah, but like, come on, look at the goal.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. We can't score goals.
Yeah.
We should have won that game 2-1 easily. At least 2-1. You know what I mean? But we're not creating enough clear-cut chances, and we're not finishing those chances.
So do you think you'll get Gyökeres then?
No,
he knows his system.
I'm hearing it's going to be Delap now. That's what I'm hearing.
I saw you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Gyökeres knows Amorim's system. He's played in the system.
Yeah, but it's not. I think the reason why they're not going to go for him is 2 reasons. Number one, potentially, I think he wants Champions League football.
Okay.
And secondly, he's going to be pretty much double the price of Delap.
Does the lap score goals?
No, I agree with you. I don't know if Delap's the right
You could be
signing.
in the same Hoyland Zertsky situation where he's good at Ipswich.
Yeah. No, I agree. You're
Do you
right,
understand?
yeah,
I mean,
but I
we've
do
seen this
think-
time and time again. He's good at Ipswich. He bangs goals at Ipswich. And he comes to Man United and you're in the same boat. Would you not want to get somebody that suits the system that this guy wants to play?
But
not just a striker that scores goals.
But will it suit the system in the Premier League?
That sounds mad, isn't it? Not a striker that scores goals.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It makes you.
Well, Gyökeres is putting up ridiculous number. I think it's 70 or 80 goals and assists in this. Is it calendar year or
yeah,
this
then he
season?
scored 63 goals
It's
this season.
crazy,
I think.
yeah. It's
People
just
was like
crazy
the
numbers.
Portuguese league's easy.
No,
but it's still
no. That's serious
professional
numbers.
football, man.
Yeah.
But I want to see where he goes. He's linked to Barca. He's linked to Arsenal. I don't know if Arsenal.
Apparently you're going for Sesko now, aren't you? Arteta wants
I
Sesko.
don't want him though, man.
I don't know if he's the answer for you. Like, I said this a while ago. But he's quality player, high
I've
ceiling.
been watching him. Yeah.
But do you have another? Does Arteta have another 2 years for this guy to? Is he going to hit the ground running next season? I don't know. And if he doesn't, does Arteta have another 2 years?
He don't have the time. He don't have the time.
Yeah. So
He
I'm
don't have the
surprised that
time.
they're going for Sesko.
Because funny enough, I was in a Instagram, TikTok live story yesterday with like loads of Arsenal fans, and we was just all talking. And they're saying, listen, a lot of them saying we'll give him another season because this season we had a lot of injuries. They didn't do what they needed to do in January, and we had some sensible fans in there. They were saying, look, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So we can say, sign a striker, do this, do that. We got somebody on loan, Sterling. It's not that it wasn't the option, but clearly there wasn't money or things were going on behind the scenes where we couldn't bring in a striker because everybody knows that's what we need. But anyway, he doesn't have time. He's got a season, and I think with me, I've said this from last season. I said I'll give him to next January to see where we're at with a couple signings. And then I think if we're not looking like we're going to win the league or win the Champions League or something, then I think it's time to start looking for a Zidane or somebody. It's hard because what he's done for Arsenal it's magnificent, and you can't. Like the Arsenal fans that are saying Arteta out now is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
Because do you know what it is as well? They're saying we haven't won nothing, but you didn't see us in this position. So the fact that you expect us to be winning the Champions League,
You should be grateful to him for
winning
that.
the Premier League, you should be grateful for that because I think they've forgotten how poor
Completely
Arsenal was.
agree. Yeah, completely
Bro,
agree.
we was terrible.
Yeah, completely
and
agree.
I said this in the chat yesterday. I said, look, yes, we need a striker. Yes, we've signed Jesus. It was cheap. He knows the player. And he come in and he hit the ground running. But we've built our team from the back. And I think I said this to you before. We sorted our defence out. Solid. Our back line, we've got one of the mostly the best defences in the league.
Yeah.
Plus backup defenders.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Our midfield, we're building. Bought in Zubermendi, we've got Partey, we've got Rice. We haven't really seen Marino in midfield properly yet. But
Odegaard as well.
Odegaard, we're building our midfield. Arsenal's problem back in the day before Arteta was what? No backbone, no strength. We used to get bullied and destroyed and run through midfield and defence. We've sorted that problem out. When you build a house, what do?
Foundations first. Yeah.
Come on, Arsenal fans, man. Look at this is a process. When they say trust the process, look at what's going on. Moving forward, this season now, we're linked to what? Forwards and strikers. So you can see what they're doing. They're building this way forward.
Yeah.
So give the man another season, get these strikers in, get a winger in, build on the foundation we've got now. And I believe we'll win something next season.
So let me ask you a question, because again, it takes me back to the TikTok live that we were doing on the way to Old Trafford. If Arsenal were to win one of or both of the League Cup and the FA Cup next season, but no Premier League and no Champions League, would you be happy with that? And would you give him another season again after that?
All right. So we win the League Cup and FA Cup, and then semi-finals, finals, Champions League, where we finish.
Let's say you finish in the top 3 of the Premier League and you get to quarters or semi-finals of the Champions League. Let's just say for argument's sake.
Possibly.
Okay, it depends how the season goes.
Sway, yeah.
What if you win only one of the domestic trophies? What if it's only the League Cup or only the FA Cup and everything that I just said?
It depends how we're losing as well.
Okay, fair.
And it depends. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It depends how.
Is it injuries? Is it a VAR decision?
Yeah,
Is it
it depends. That goes into. This is the reason why I've given him another season. I'm not like tear out as mad as like I could be, because you got to look at the season, bro.
Yeah.
We've had Saka injured.
Yeah.
Odegaard injured. I think Rice was out for a bit. Timber's been injured. Gabriel. These are our main players in
big players.
each position. A right winger, a defender, your number 10. That's your main players. You can't.
Havertz.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot Havertz.
Yeah.
Jesus. Come on, man. Like, injuries. Yes, everybody gets injuries, but when your main players, right, and we've still finished second.
Yeah.
That's a good coach.
No, fair enough, yeah.
That's a good manager. Come on, man.
No, listen, I think he's done an incredible job.
Yeah.
Like, to have you challenging every season now, year in, year out.
Yeah.
You know, you finish second 3 times in a row. But that's, if someone had said that to you 5 years ago, for the next 3 years, you'll be coming runners up in the next 3 years, you'd be like, yeah, I'll take that. And you'll be getting to the semi-finals of the Champions League, narrowly losing to PSG.
Come on, man.
You know?
And look at the PSG team. That's a brilliant
without a proper centre forward, by the way.
Yeah. Come on, man.
So
that's a brilliant PSG squad. Look what they done to Liverpool. So that's
no, yeah, completely.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, Arsenal fans are upset, cool, but once again, it's the in-game management. You see Odegaard's weak, play one area, give the boy a chance. He shoots. He
played well yesterday against Southampton.
These are the little things that's the problem. But I'll give, like I said, I'm gonna give Arteta
another season
till January. No, January. You can kind see. Reason why I say January, because you can gauge what's going on, where we are in the league, how we're playing, injuries, his in-game management. January, if we make signings, if we need, these are little things.
So February,
January. I know. I'm sticking to my guns. I said January. I know.
And then if things aren't going well, you're Arteta out, are you?
I'm not going to be Arteta. I say it's time for him to move on because I can't disrespect him. What he's done. I would never slander him.
Fair enough.
Never. No
I completely
way.
agree with that.
There's no way on earth I could do that.
Yeah.
He's brought love back to the club. He's brought the fans back. He's brought
belief back.
Come on, man. He's changed. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So any other questions about Arsenal? Transfers.
So obviously we mentioned Benjamin Sesko.
Yeah.
That's someone that you're strongly linked with now. I'm hearing that Arteta wants him rather than the board. Do you know anything about that?
Nah.
That was easy.
No, but obviously I can see why though, because he's 6'4" or something like that. He can head the ball.
He can hit a ball as well.
It's back to this. we play a lot of crosses now, isn't it? So obviously, clearly, we want a striker that can score headers, and then it brings back to he's like a Havertz type of player. You can rotate Havertz. Havertz can play in the 10. You can even start them two together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can bench Odegaard now possibly, and you know
you know what? I've come to this conclusion. Especially this season, maybe a bit longer than that, but this season, I feel like every big club, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, whoever, they need either a young striker who's very, very prolific and will score goals, or you need an experienced striker in the squad. Because I feel like playing for these big clubs brings so much pressure.
Yeah.
That when things are down, when you've gone and not won 2-3 games in a row, and you've not scored in 3 or 4 games in a row, and the fans are on your back, and the media's on your back, you need to be able to, to sort of have that belief and step up and say, you know what, I'm still going to push through. I'm still going to have the courage and strength and mental capacity to get through this, because young players, I feel like they will potentially crumble.
Yeah.
Look at Rasmus Højlund.
It's not easy.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I mean.
I think people think, look at Haaland and Man City. He's a prolific goal scorer. Man City's had a few injuries. De Bruyne are not playing, Rodri out. Where's his goals gone?
He struggled.
It's not easy. Yeah. He's getting chances. It's not like he's not getting chances. He's not finishing. Confidence. Football's a mental thing. Yeah. Your confidence 100%. Is down. Yeah. The players you're playing with, he might not get along with who's playing the ball. It could be frustrating. Yeah. You want it this way, they're playing. Come on, man. If you play football, you understand. Certain people connect, some people don't. It's not easy, guys. So you always need to take that into consideration before you start dissing players and
disrespecting players and abusing players.
It's not easy, man. Yeah. It's not easy, bro.
And it takes me back to my point. I feel like every one of those clubs, even if it's within a squad, even if they're playing 20, 25 games a season only, or 15, 20 games a season only, you need to have an experienced striker in the team who can sort of jump in at certain times, give the young guy a break, whether it's someone like a Danny Welbeck, whether it's someone like a Jamie Vardy, for example. I don't know. I'm just throwing out random names out there. Chris Wood. These strikers who have been there, they've seen it, they've done it, they've won plenty of games, they've scored hat-tricks, they've scored braces, they've scored goals, they've gone on runs, whatever. Yeah. And they know what it's like to jump in and carry the weight, carry the burden for a few weeks, get a couple of goals, take the pressure on, and then bring the young striker. Let's say you're winning the game 3-0, bring the young striker on, get a goal or get an assist, get his confidence up, and then let him go again. Does that make sense? I feel like every big club should have a young player, an experienced striker in there. 100%. And I also feel like the same with a goalkeeper. I feel like every big club should have either a top world-class young goalkeeper, or it needs to be someone very experienced in the squad.
But I feel like they always do that. Hence, like a lot of Arsenal fans, why did you bring in Jorginho? It's the experience, bro.
You need that.
He's gonna carry you through a game. It's the changing room, the half-time talk, and having someone like that on the pitch. Like when you play with Jorginho's a baller.
Champions League winner, Euros winner.
He's not an idiot baller.
No,
people think
he's a quality player.
You got a man like that on the pitch. Yeah. You're more comfortable in yourself because you know he's there. He's direct. If you watch football, you'll see a man say, there. Those are things that count in football, and I think a lot of people don't understand that. Like they just want to see these young guys with talent. No, bro. It's about experience and mindset on the
mentality.
pitch. And mentality on the pitch is what wins you games as well. But
completely agree, man.
It's deep. And I have to have a goal because I'm getting fed up of fans in football, man. They're starting to piss me off, bro.
I don't blame you, man. You know what? You know what? It's starting to seep into the grounds now. It's not even just on socials anymore. It's starting to seep into the grounds as well. That has to stop, man. That has to stop. Give these guys a bit of a break, man. It's frustrating at times, but we're all in it together, man. Yeah. Ultimately.
Speaking of Arsenal, I was watching the overlap. I saw a clip today, and I think it was Carragher. He was saying Saliba's not as good without Gabriel there. He said he's very shaky. And what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, potentially there could be something in that. But what I would say is, I think Kivior's been excellent for him since he's come in. Honestly, I didn't expect him to perform as well as he has done, and he's got every right to potentially. I mean, I know it's only a couple of months. It's only been 2 or 3 months, but he's been very consistent with it. And if he turns around to Arteta and says, "Look, I need to play more next season," you can't hold him back. You know what I mean? And it goes. Sorry, I know I'm sort of swaying off the point a little bit, but it goes back to what I was saying to you a while ago when I said keeping all these players happy is going to be difficult. Yeah. Because do you understand what I'm saying? 100%. Now you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. Because if Gabriel comes in, he's straight away first team. Saliba, he's not going anywhere. He's first team. So where does Kivior sit on a touchline? Yes, you can rotate a little bit more, and you know that you can rely on Kivior, but he knows he's not first team. If you're not playing City If you're not playing Man United, if you're
Big
not
game,
playing,
and as a player, you want
you want
to
to play those games. It won't be
Yeah.
him. If everyone's fully fit, it'll be Gabriel and Saliba. But to answer your question, I think really we have to look at the performances. Saliba has been a bit shaky over the last couple of months at times.
He's always shaky.
Yeah.
If you listen to me, guys, these lot, I know football, bro. Nah, I know my team. No, do you know what it is? I see me, I like analyze people on the ball, and he's not comfortable. And I think he's a brilliant player. His last ditch tackles,
Yeah, incredible.
No, I think nobody, he's like in reading the game, and that's all part of it. Cool, but you see on the ball, and this is the football we play now, playing from the back.
Yeah.
He scares me, man.
But you know, I've been saying this for a couple of years. I've been saying that he's got. I don't know. I don't know whether it's gonna be when because he's still only 23. He's still very.
Might be 22. Well, 23.
He's still very young. I don't know whether it's gonna be when he's 25, 26 that he's gonna hit the elite level in terms of like the full package, like whether it's heading, whether it's tackling, whether it's defending, whether it's playing, passing out the back, everything. I don't know, or maybe that will never be his game. I don't know. But will he still be at Arsenal by then? We don't know. Maybe he'll be at Real Madrid or.
But does being comfortable in the ball, can you work like being a professional? Right, he's played in the academy for God knows how long. I think that's something you just have. Does that make sense? Because no disrespect to defenders, but like they're not technically gifted players as such. Like as a midfielder or a number 10, whatever on the ball. So is that something that you can gain or? Is that might just be it might just be him now because he's old enough to be calm on the ball and play a pass, and I don't think you can get better at passing. Does that make sense? I understand what I'm trying to say because
you know what, you're right. You're right with what you're saying because I used to think that, but then I'll give you an example of a player, Thibaut Courtois. He was very shaky on the ball.
Okay.
When he was at Chelsea.
Yeah.
But at Real Madrid, you have to be able to be the full package. I've watched it over the last year. And if you look at him now, his passing and his kicking is a lot better. It's improved massively.
Yeah.
So what he's probably going to have to do is work on it an awful lot to make sure that, scenarios, under pressure scenarios, on the ball scenarios, etc. Then you can still improve by 5 or 10%.
Yeah,
you can.
Let me not say obviously you can improve in anything in life. You put your mind to and work harder.
But it's difficult.
But it's gonna be because like I see it, and I think he's been like that for how long we had him? He's been for 2 seasons now, and it hasn't really improved. So I've been saying that he looks a bit shaky, and it's like, but Gabriel did improve because 2 seasons ago he was Mr. Mistakes. And he snapped out of it. This season he's been phenomenal.
And Gabriel's probably Saliba's was probably Saliba's age now when he was like that.
I think
because he's 2 or 3 years
25, 26.
Yeah, because he's 2 or 3 years old. So I feel like Saliba can definitely get there, but he needs to do that soon because he's cost you a couple of goals recently as well.
Yeah, he's shaky, man. He's shaky.
But to be fair, top defender. Yeah, top defender, man. Elite.
Stay with us, bro. Please, man. A couple more seasons before you leave out. Right, moving on. Who are we going to talk about now? Chelsea. What did they finish? They got top 4. Where did they come from?
Yeah, well, they've been there or thereabouts, haven't they? To be fair, they got a great result yesterday against Forest. Excellent result against Forest yesterday. I didn't actually watch the game because I was actually watching the United game.
Where did they go next season now?
Who's that?
Chelsea. Where did they go? What's happening? Do you think they're gonna
spend
compete?
Money. They're gonna spend money.
They're moving on players. I've seen Nkunku's he's gone. Where's he?
But they've got a massive squad. So I mean, where do you start? They'll probably ship off a couple of players potentially to Saudi as well, most likely. Saudi always come for Chelsea players.
Someone said that Casado's linked to Saudi as well, but
nah, they won't sell him. They won't sell him. They need. He's their best player. He's the most important player.
I like the Chelsea squad. I like some of their players, and I like Chelsea for some reason. It's weird. I don't mind Chelsea. I just can't stand Tottenham. No, do you know? I don't know what it is. I don't mind Chelsea. Like, see if Chelsea win something, I actually don't.
Just don't pay any attention. Innit?
I don't know. It just don't bother me as much. I want to see them win stuff. I think they will compete next season.
Shout out to Chelsea boys, man. You know what I'm
Shout out Sugar Sean.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, man.
It's sick, man. And Liverpool, they sport Wirtz as well. That's what I was.
Well, is it done though?
I think so.
Is it agreed?
Well, it's there. I think they've agreed like personal terms.
It's a lot of money. It's about 100 million.
I think altogether it's 150 million, including his
wages.
12 million a year they're giving him. So altogether it's 150 mil. And
that's not like Liverpool, you know.
And they're linked to Kirk, as I saw yesterday.
Yeah.
And they've signed the right back as well, haven't they? Or they're linked to the
they've already got Frimpong. Yeah, they've agreed a deal. That was pretty cheap. So that means they're not going to get Isaac then.
Nah.
And I think Isak might stay at Newcastle now because they've got Champions League.
football.
Yeah, they snuck in through the back door, man.
They got robbed.
Lucky.
Oh my God.
They got
How
lucky.
can I forget?
Yeah.
The referees.
What, Villa?
That's mental. Speaking on Champions League, and bro, that is mental.
Yeah.
What's his name? Abamahang, whatever his name is. Gabby. He used to play for
Bangalore.
Bangalore, that's it. Bangahang, whatever. Banga something. He's fuming. He was fuming, bro.
Yeah, but he deserves it, man. He's always going to other clubs. Gabby, if you're watching this, you deserve it, mate. There's a bit of karma for you.
Arsenal fan?
And do you know what? Nice, it's Villa. And do you know what? The other thing I'll say is, Villa fans have got really short memories, you know. Villa are lucky that they were still in the Premier League a few years ago, by the way. Because Sheffield United scored a perfectly good goal against them.
Yeah.
Hawkeye didn't pick it up. This is during COVID times.
Yeah.
Okay. Hawkeye didn't pick it up. VAR didn't intervene. As a result, Sheffield United ended up going down. Villa stayed up by the skin of their teeth because of that goal. So listen, man, swings and roundabouts, man. It happens.
That was a goal though.
Of course, it was a goal. 100% it was a goal. By India, I don't know what he's doing, and it
What did
shows you why we
VAR
need a
say?
goalkeeper.
'Cause I didn't catch the VAR.
VAR couldn't intervene because the referee blew his whistle straight away before the ball was put in the back of the net. If the referee blows his whistle, technically the game stopped, so you can't intervene.
So what? Oh, so as he's kicked the ball, he's blowing his whistle.
So as Morgan Rogers has kicked the ball out of Bayenda's hands, or whatever you want to call it, as that incident's happened, the referee blew straight away. So, and then Rogers is going to put the ball into the back of the net. But because he's blown the whistle already, VAR cannot intervene because the game technically was stopped. That's why, for offsides, they let the game run. They don't blow, because if the referee blows his whistle, then they score, then the game stopped already.
These
so
rules, these rules are a bit
it's the
mad.
rules, man. Yeah, but I know what you're saying, but it is the rules. So if he'd scored, and then he'd blown his whistle, then VAR can intervene because because technically the game was still.
I thought VAR can intervene. Okay, so it's all. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like these rules, man, because then a lot of people complain about when they let the offside run.
Yeah.
Because players have got injured and they clash
Well,
into
look
each
at
other.
Awoniyi.
Yeah. Oh, you hit the post. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And he's in a coma, induced coma.
He's out, man. Shout out Awoniyi, man. Glad you're doing
man.
okay, bro.
But things like that. So they're letting the game run for no reason. Players gone hospital. It's mental, man. They need to sort these rules
I'll be
out.
honest with you, that referee, he looked very, very weak yesterday. Very weak. There was a couple of decisions I was looking at, I was like, what are you doing? But we say that every week, man. We say that every week about any referee. Even the top, even the most, look at Michael Oliver.
Yeah.
Every week.
It's dodgy, yeah.
You know what I mean? Even the top referees are making big mistakes.
Do you think they're going to sort it out, the FA, or who's it, PGM?
PGMOL.
Yeah.
So Villa have sent an official email of complaint to them.
No, not just about that game in general. Like, they must see the complaints.
Well, they have meetings every.
No,
at
but
the
they
start of every
see.
season.
They must see what's got like. Come on, man. They need to
of course
sort it
they
out.
do. Yeah, of course
it's
they do.
ruining the game as well. It's ruining watching football. Sometimes it makes it better because it's like it makes it more interesting because you think if we got that decision, it creates a debate.
But do you know what?
But
I'm just glad
the root
Gabby
is-
Bonlaho's blown.
Why?
I'm so, 'cause he's always talking ill of my team, and he's always talking. You know what I mean? He thinks he's this, he's that. Well, you know what, man? There you go. There's your karma, man. You talk too much, man. You talk too much, so that's your karma right there. Yeah.
What else has been going on? All right, before we end the show, let's just do a quick Man United ins or outs, like for next season, for this season starts. So what we got?
So what I would say is Bayinde and Onana are both at risk. So either both or one of them could get sold. Onana was dropped from the squad yesterday. Managers turned around and said that it was because of just giving Bayinde a chance, but I don't know. I'm hearing different.
For me, I think Onana's got to go.
He has to go. Yeah,
he's
he
out.
can't.
I'm
Even if
out.
he stays, he can't be first team next season.
Yeah, that's out.
But we're being linked with a couple of goalkeepers now, so that's good.
Out.
Lindelof is gone. Evans is gone. Ericsson is gone. They all said their goodbyes yesterday. It was a nice touch, by the way, from Bruno to give Ericsson a penpenalty yesterday.
Like scoring his final.
Yeah, scoring his
Tierney
final
scored
game.
in his final game. So big up Tierney.
Yeah.
I saw him as well. He told me to follow him on Instagram and he ignored me.
That's nice. Well done, Kieran. Yeah.
But big him up anyway. You scored in your final game.
Yeah, that's Garnacho's going for sure now.
Yeah.
Højlund most likely will leave.
Yeah.
Sancho's gone. Rashford's gone. Anthony's gone.
They're not all going.
No, they are.
They're not.
The ones that I've just said to you, all above.
How? They can't. You
Why
can't spend. How much money are you gonna spend?
No, but with those players gone, but we need a smaller squad now. We've got no Europe next season.
Yeah.
And we're going to promote
okay.
2 or 3 young players as well next
Oh yeah,
season.
you lot are bringing in youth. ain't
Yeah,
you?
exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
So Casemiro, if an offer comes in for Casemiro, looking unlikely he'll go. Shaw, Mount as well, and most likely Toby Collier will be gone. Or
Mount's
or
gone as well?
Well, look, Mount and Shaw are very hard to get rid of because of the injuries and because of the high wages.
Yeah.
But if a club comes in and says, we want to take them off your hands, we'll do this, we'll do that, and it suits the club financially, they'll be gone.
Sure, baby, Saudi, man.
Yeah. The players that are coming in, Mateus Cunha has already been agreed. Gyökeres, we want, but I don't think we can get. Delap, we probably will get. And Mbuemo, we want. Semenyo, we want. Edison from Atalanta, we want as well.
That's it.
Yeah. At the moment, those are links. But I'm hearing that we're probably going to get another 2 or 3 young players as well to accommodate that. We already signed an 18-year-old kid from France who's going out on loan, I think, to Lausanne, which is another club from Ineos, for next season, depending on how he does. He's 18, so he'll be 19 in a year. So we've got Chido Obi coming through. We've got Mantato coming through. We've got like 4 or 5 good young players, solid young players coming through.
Looks good as well.
He looks really good. Aiden Heaven. He was brilliant yesterday, man. Do you know what? Whenever he plays, he just looks the part.
Yeah.
He honestly, 1.5 million we got him from you lot. That is an absolute steal. Yeah. So no, I'm really, really happy with him. But this is what we need. We need a clear out. We need a clear out to the point where we're working with about 23, 24 players because we've only got the league, potentially the League Cup and the FA Cup next season if we do well and get through the rounds. That's it. How many players do you need?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, I've got a question for you. How long do you give Amarin?
He needs the whole of next season, I'd say.
You give him the whole season?
Yeah.
Regard, no matter what's going on.
I mean, listen, look, similar to what you're saying, if we hit January, February time, you know what I mean, he's had a summer window, because I'm not counting this January transfer because he got 1 player because we were very, very restricted with PSR. So, you know, and he let 3-4 players leave.
Yeah.
So obviously we give him the summer. If we're in the bottom half of the table come January, February, then you need to have a serious look at it and be like, oh, surely another manager.
But even if you see glimpses, so for instance,
I've already seen glimpses. Believe it or not, a lot of people will look at the table and say, what's he talking about? Our performances have actually been a lot better under Amarim than they were under Ten Hag. But the difference is we can't score goals.
Yeah.
We cannot score goals. And there's literally stats that I've seen to prove that if we'd scored goals... thing is, if it's 1 or 2 games, then you've got to blame... If the players that our XG was outperforming the opposition on pretty much every game for the last 3 months. Look, I've seen us play against Arsenal at home. We were the better team. We were the better team. David Raya was man of the match. Okay.
Wait, what were you talking about?
At Old Trafford a couple of months ago, we played you lot. We were the better team. Go watch the highlights and you'll see for yourself. Even you agreed. Okay, I've seen us go to Anfield.
What was going on within our team?
1-1. It was 1-1.
No, but what was going on within our team?
Listen, we'll discuss it afterwards.
Yeah, we must.
But we were the better team. You know me. I'm honest. I'll tell you.
I don't know about that.
We were the better team.
I'm not gonna.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Go on anyway.
And that's Arsenal. Finished second. We went to Anfield and we were arguably the better team against Liverpool. We deserved more at the game. Remember the 2-2? With the penalty.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was another one. Cool. Chelsea beat us at Old Trafford, but it was at the Bridge, but it was a very, very close game. We were a better team for the first half. Forest beat us 1-0. We really should have won that game. The amount of chances and openings that we had. These are the teams at the top half of the league.
But then everybody can say that though.
No.
But I could sit there and say we don't finish our chances. Havertz scored this goal, that goal. If Martinelli scored this chance, do you understand what I'm saying?
You're right.
You're right. We can say we would have won the league.
No, listen.
3 times in a row.
You're absolutely right. But the point I'm trying to make is, I'm talking about performances.
Yeah, no.
Under Ten Hag,
yeah.
we were, I think if I'm not mistaken, we were the number 1 or number 2, the most shots conceded by any team in Premier League history in a single season.
Serious? Yeah.
Yes. Now that's not sustainable. That's not sustastainable. We were going into games. And if we had 20 shots against our goal, I'd be like, you know what, I'll take that because normally it's 25 to 30. Do you understand?
Yeah.
If we went to teams and we lost 3-1, I'd be like, I'll take that. Could have been 5-6-1.
Do you think if you had a better goalkeeper, you'd have done a lot?
Potentially, yeah. Potentially, I think. Look, we need forwards and we need a better goalkeeper. That makes a massive difference. Like I said, look at the Spurs game. You watched the game.
Who were your centre backs again?
Lenny Yoro, Harry Maguire.
I like Lenny Yoro. You need a centre back.
Aiden Heaven.
Are you happy with
Sandro
Maguire?
Martinez. I love Maguire. I think it's
but are you keeping him?
Yeah, we're keeping him another season.
No, would you keep him to go forward in your squad?
Absolutely. Because you need You need those Premier League centre backs.
The experience.
You
Okay,
absolutely
cool.
need that, and he's a leader as well.
Yeah.
You know,
I like Euro. When we saw him at the semi-finals, he was.
Mazraoui can play there as well. He plays really well. Luke Shaw, when he is fit, he usually plays okay there. We've centre backs, wing backs. We might need another wing back as well. Midfielders, we need another midfielder or two, I'd say as well. But similar to you guys, we're more top half of the pitch. Not that our defense is solid or the best, but it's okay. You know, most times, Man United
where's
teams,
Martinez injured?
Yeah, see, that's another one. He's a big miss. He's a
Yeah,
big miss because he was just starting to get it.
Yeah.
I think he had something like 2 goals and 2 assists or something in like 6 games for us before he got injured because he was starting to get to know how to play that role properly.
Yeah, he's going to be
very influential.
He's a baller as well.
Yeah, but I don't know how he's going to come back the same because he's had 2 really bad injuries now. He's had a metatarsal injury and then he's had his knee ligament injury. So I don't know how he's going to be now.
I think you don't need to move on Onana.
He definitely go. He has to go. If not this window, then definitely next summer. But we need another goalkeeper for sure.
Definitely.
And we don't need anyone special. Just a safe pair of hands. Someone that can honestly, someone that can stop shots, that can claim crosses, that doesn't jump for the ball, dives for the ball. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I try to. I back my players as much as I can, but I can't back this guy no more, man.
Where's Ramel? Ramel Carter. I've got a clip of you. He's like, Onana is cold.
He started off all right as well for us, and then obviously, especially in the league, he was good. Last season, he was one of the best keepers in the league statistically. He was He was
statistically Raya.
Yeah, but no,
because Raya won the Golden Glove, bro.
Yeah. But where did we finish? 8th. And Onana still had a really good season, considering.
But statistically, Raya was the best.
Yeah, no. I said he was one of the best keepers.
Oh, if we statistically,
no. He was one of the best keepers in the league, and he actually made some incredible saves last season. And it was the Champions League and the Europa League where he looked shaky. But this season, like, wow.
Maybe not having European football might benefit you anyway, because it's not so much games
on the pitch, potentially, but off the pitch, absolutely not.
Because you want to play European football.
We know we need money. We need finances. We're struggling. The last thing that we need to touch on as well is Bruno Fernandes.
What's that?
Oh, there's an offer on the table from Saudi Arabia for £100 million for Bruno Fernandes, and his decision needs to be made by, I think, tonight.
They're not selling it, man.
But it's down to him. If he wants to go, they'll accept the
How old is he? 29?
30.
I
think he's going to be 31 in August, if I'm not mistaken.
He might go next season.
But the offer might not be there next season.
I reckon I can't see him leave. He seems like a man of like honor and like.
Yeah, but
he seems like a guy that would like ride it out with the team. He doesn't seem like a guy that will just cut out.
Mate, he's getting about 25-30 million a year.
Serious?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just, you know what I mean? So like they're offering a 3-year contract with about, I think it's worth, I think 100 million, between 1 and 200 million.
Saudi, brother, listen, who's Saudi guys? Listen, on the bench, Saudi Arabia.
We do the best podcast for you.
I'll come out there, I'll move to Saudi Arabia. Quarter of that. No, Bumba, I'm being serious, man.
Working.
Come, man. Whoever it is that I need to talk to, get in touch. Simon, if you see, I'm putting this out there. Simon, get me to Saudi, please, brother.
Fraction of that price, I'll be happy with.
Yeah, pick up Saudi, man. We should start talking about Saudi football next year.
We should.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, we should. Nah, I haven't watched it, but I think we're gonna have to soon, aren't we? Yeah. The amount of talent that they're getting, the amount of players that they're getting. It might be one of the best leagues in the world soon.
It was. I think when it first started. When did they get all the players last season?
No, I think it was about 2 to 3 years ago they started.
What, Firmino?
Like,
didn't Firmino go?
I think it's been 3 years now.
Has it? No, it hasn't. Because when we was doing the podcast.
Yeah, but before that they started to start going for players.
No, but I'm saying he went when we was filming, so it can't be that long.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe about a year and a half.
But anyway, I watched it a bit when they first went out there.
Yeah,
but yeah, other than that.
Well, eventually, the UK broadcasters need to start streaming it because they're gonna have some big games with big players.
Isn't it? Yeah. It's sick. I'm looking forward to it. I like what they're doing. But anyway, that's the episode done. That's a wrap. Another episode of On The Bench podcast. Please like, subscribe, comment, and check out the Clean Tea Company as well. Check their teas out. Like I said, they got 30% off, and hope you enjoy. Like, subscribe, and comment again.